will bring down returns over time, but we're a
Yeah.
long way from that. We've only got
Yeah.
$4 billion in a $2 trillion asset class, $5 billion in a $2 trillion asset class. We don't need to worry about it for now. It's it'll just make the space better.
And I think you talk about it, right? The exponential age. And I think it's sort of, for me, it's the most exciting time to be alive, right? There's so many new innovations coming out. And I think the opportunity that crypto represents in terms of capital, wealth generation. We have that on the one hand. And one thing that always struck me is you've always talked about technology increasing the level of productivity whilst bringing down the unit cost per product that is being created, or GDP that's being created as a result out of that. And sort of you combine what crypto brings and all of that. I mean, how do you see that world evolving? And do you think we will be able to unleash the beast of opportunity represented by all these the exponential age, as you call it, right?
So how I'm thinking this through is, we talked about this is the biggest macro trade of all time. We're still in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So great. Focus. Yes, you should be involved in technology. You should be investing.
Actually lower in price, and they're rising in output. And then we've got nuclear and what we can do with nuclear technology. So we are going to halve, and maybe halve again, the cost of electricity in the next 10, 15 years. What is that going to do? Well, think of productivity. If technology goes down half, productivity's doubled. If it goes down half again, productivity's tripled. Yeah. So you're going to triple productivity while introducing infinite population. Okay. And again, I'm going to repeat because it's an important sentence. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Right. So I get to a problem that I get to 2030. And my job has always been to live in the future. And I can't see what this is. This to me is an economic singularity where maybe all understanding of economies and economics completely breaks down. Now, I may not be right. It may not be 2030, maybe 2035, maybe 2020. I don't care. The point being is we are fast approaching this point. Okay. Also, we've got to understand that as opposed to reinvesting it, because people are so scared of the capital cycle. But this is to my point. The capital cycles are ferocious in crypto. They're quick. You can make a lot of capital. Then there's no capital. Then there's capital again. Businesses, this is real-time VC. So businesses fail, businesses grow, businesses stall out. It's all there in real time, played out in the drama of Twitter. And that's what it is. And people have to get used to that. And I think the world is going to look more like that, not less like that.
Yeah. So everything's going to move into this, mark to market a hell of a lot quicker. I mean, it's really going to be ruthless, but it's going to be rewarding for if you come in at the right cycle. You need a bit of luck, you need a bit of hard work, you need a bit. All of those elements have to play together, and you can get, you can actually make a lot of money really quickly.
Well, I mean, all you have to do in crypto is one thing: adoption.
Yeah,
people have to adopt your technology, whether it's the underlying protocol layer or it's the application.
That's true.
That's all it is. You have one job. Is to do that. And, a lot of people try to make complexity out of this space. If you are a blockchain, you have one job. Your one job is to sell and then you basically wait for productivity growth to increase over time. So there was a lot of investment in future technology. If you think of the 50s, the washing machine, the car, the TV, every home has a TV, right? It was everybody huge
buying a home. Yeah.
That's right. And then eventually, as all of these people started to have kids, they all bought bigger houses, and then the kids and the inflation started. But that period, the stock market was exactly cyclical like now. Most of the debts had all been restructured in this 4 or 5 year time horizon. So we saw this perfect cycle that I call the everything code that we're running now. It was identical. The market screamed higher, bear market, scream higher, bear market, like clockwork, like this has been. Same as the crypto market. It's like, we've seen this before. It was the same problem, same outcome. And that time we got out of it from population growth and productivity growth. This time we're going to get out of it from population growth, but infinite, and productivity growth. So
Thanks.
it's fascinating.
I don't want to worry about my own custody of my own coins. I don't want to, I want to be able to on Friday night switch off at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock, depending which country I'm in, and go to the pub and have drinks with my mates and not really worry about the next level of things and do my research and learn and study. It's like the pain threshold is very high.
But we created that.
How did we do that? How did we create that?
We created the need for a middleman. You're not the expert, trust the expert. Right? So we created it. So now it's like, I just give it to the experts. Who is this expert? Have you met any of these people? Right? But just give it to the expert. Yeah. So I think a lot of that changed in 2008. Occupy Wall Street taught that the experts are not experts and they don't have your interests. They have their own interests. And so that was the rise of crypto. It was the rise of Occupy Wall Street. And then it went into all of the kind of GameStop saga, everything else is people taking control of their own while standing on the edge of a cliff, peering down on a windy day with it's awful. But it's also very rewarding as well. Right. So look, I mean,
it's funny. Who's the guy, Jensen from NVIDIA, who said, I'd never do it. If I were told to do, if I could do it again, I'd never do it. Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's so. Look, I'm very authentic. So I'm just me. So I'm the same person in the business as I am for friends with dinner, as I am when I meet a stranger, as I am on a podcast. And so, look, at most of the people who work for me are much younger. They're earlier in their financial journey, and I've just tried to show them the way. It's like, listen, if we can help you, we can help more people. We can help people at scale. And it's great. Now I look at the internal Slack channel and people I had no idea, that they were involved. They're like, oh my God, have you seen the price of Bitcoin today? I'm like, good. And they've been in for a while and they listened and they did the right thing. And they are learning. People do want to learn. I just totally mid-curved it. I missed it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, just how are they doing? So you didn't go in, or it didn't?
No, I completely missed it. I walked away from the meeting thinking, you know what, I'm going to buy some of this. And then I thought, you know what, I don't know, because they're onboarding people in person and it's a bit slow and, I don't know. And then I'll watch it for a bit. And then it just went, people suddenly understood the narrative. Sam Altman-like token solves problem. I'm like, oh, idiot.
Yeah, I never got. I mean, I thought it was too intrusive. Sort of scanning my eyes and retina and sent.
Well, so what it does. So I learned out the truth of that. I learned the truth of that too. What it actually does is it doesn't store any of that. It just proves that you're a living human. So it looks at your retina, checks you're a living human, because you can actually replicate pulse and all